courage would come, more of it. Yeah. When was the last time you felt fully seen and truly safe in that moment?
Longing, fulfilled, and still just longed for.
Okay, I really can't say when I was fully seen, but I think that's a process that I'm doing personally to understand myself, to see myself from wherever I like to be seen. So I think that's a very personal process that I'm going through. I haven't also probably let other people to get into that space to see me. But truly safe in the moment, definitely every time I'm around my mother. I feel I'm fully seen and I'm very, very safe in that moment. I think she's the only person that probably could, pick up the unsaid words and, take you wholly, completely. And I think mother's love keeps you safe and seen. Yeah.
I just spoke about it in the last, like, I was feeling really down. That time I felt really down and like zero, maybe minus. Uh, but then within a small amount of time, with the help of my God, whoever runs me, uh, it changed completely in the opposite direction. So that time I really felt like I could really value my art and existence, because I could see my existence was helping other people to be happy, and that made me enough happy. And yeah.
I'm glad this is easy. Like the answer feels easy. Around the time I was 26, 25, 26, there was a mid 20s was like a huge turning point. What my life was in my early 20s to what it is now is so different. And I'm so grateful for it. I think just kind of being on the road and traveling, the minute I slotted myself, and it was easy, like I did nothing. I started traveling a couple of years ago, and I work from home as a copywriter. So I just move around the country, like one place to the other. I don't really have a place. Every 4 or 5 months, I touch base camp. That is, go to my parents' house and see them, and then I set off to a new season destination for some, like the good ones. And then, so yeah, the moment like I met the traveling community here, kind of became friends with the people, the locals of the place that I would visit over and over again, without doing anything, just felt so belonged and seen. And it's so strange. I'm not doing anything. Like where I go, who I meet, what I eat, where I stay, no plans, no pre-planning, nothing. It's like God's doing it in a way. And my relation, is it okay if I? Absolutely. Yeah, okay. Okay. It's like um sometime around like 26, this wave of spiritual knowing set in, even though those words are too heavy for me to say right now. And God kind of came in. And what my understanding of God is, even I don't really know. I think I can best sum it up by this poem by Leonard Cohen. And it's a short one, but it's a good one. It's like, the moment I understood, even to a limited degree, that this is God's world, I began to lose weight immediately. And now I fit into my hockey uniform of 6th grade. So that's what it feels like. Yeah. Yeah.
I think like I'm going to talk very deep in about this one. Like, um, I think we all can still try to chase and follow and find the validation and to be seen and everything. I think in the end, we see ourselves truly when we are really in our shadow. We see ourselves and we are safe with ourselves. And yeah, like many times I seen and safe when I was going through like a really like like the storm and the trajectory and like going through like the waves and like ooh, but like that time only I seen really really my true self, like really who I am, like because when I'm anxious and everything, it's coming, the ego is coming out, the pride and the devil or the thing inside me or the different person, the lot of person inside me. I have a lot of characters in the personality, and like every day we gonna give people what we receive. Like that's what we do. And
I think relationship, in a romantic relationship, only it happened to me. With friends, I could get very like close in some essence, but emotionally, it's with a romantic relationship that I cross some limits of like trust. There is some like I'm not connected, and then it's like a wall, and then I cry a lot. I know that will be a part when I get close to someone that I will cry, and I feel in this cry like some wall is melting, and then after this wall, I can feel safe and open and trust. There are also other walls, so it's not only one. I like cross levels in trust.
I don't know, do I want to answer that? I mean, I can, but it's like, Hmm. The last time I was fully seen. It was with one lover. And yeah, it was really beautiful because I kind of came out of it like a toxic relationship, and you close one door, and next minute, boom, another door opens, and it was like this beautiful specimen. And yeah, it was quite divine because there was no one person is above the other person, or yeah, it was like a truly equal meeting, or like a merging of souls, actually, and it was beautiful because then it showed me what is possible also, um and yeah, this kind of connection is kind of rare also, and it was like we were in a spaceship, but it was like transcendence, and it's funny actually because recently I was going to go on a date, and I was super excited about going on this date, and then I was like, but who's excited? Which part of me is excited? And then when I scanned myself, I scanned my body to recognize where the seed of this excitement was, and actually underneath was this vulnerable boy, actually, that wanted this like feeling to be seen, and but I don't think so. I cancelled the date because I don't think that's a good place to meet someone. So yeah, constantly learning, as we go. Okay.
yeah, I think I love myself more. I'm like slowly everything and understanding your character and your personality. You see yourself in a different way every day, and to feel safe or not. And yeah, and I'm happy though. I'm really happy. I'm happy with myself though.
When was the last time you felt fully seen and truly safe in that moment? Longing fulfilled or still just longed for? I think I'm mostly seen when I'm playing and singing, especially when I sing, when I express through my voice. And it's been a while since I really felt completely in my element. There's like a tiny moment here and a tiny moment there. But yeah, I do feel it in my music when I performed my music even more. Last time I performed like a full concert of mine, it was in December, so it's been a while, but not that long. So yeah, and here and there, of course, I feel it in the music. I feel it in
Actually, yesterday. I was up in the mountains with the girls that I'm with, and I think just being in nature allows me to just be a kid and just be so happy. And like I could not wipe the smile off my face, and everything brought me so much joy. And I was like, goats, plants, rocks, like everything. And I was just so giddy and so happy and so silly. And I just went for a swim in the water, and I just laid on my friend and I looked up at her, and she was just looking down at me. And yeah, I just felt so whole in myself. And we didn't even say anything until I just told her that I loved her. Yeah.
And especially when there is the connection in the music, where I have some kind of conversation in music that brings out something beautiful and heartful.
How often do you push people away just to see if they'll come closer?
I think it happens in the beginning of relationships when there's a lot of defenses.
I feel like more than I would like to.
Every day.
Vulnerable, like to my heart. Like yeah, I think I still does, but I see it. I aware of it right now and conscious to see that like, oh my God, I am pushing this person away. But before I was not like, but I always used to push people away in my old time, my past, like because I have the fear of intimacy and trust because I had really not good childhood. So this made me feel like the world is not the safe place. The men is not safe before, but I know now that like there's a lot of good men is there and there's like a lot of shadow also there. So it's good like what you choose and what you get.
Yeah, because loyalty is something important to me, but then I am also aware that like the shadow side of loyalty is this attachment style around love and acceptance, no? So yeah, seems like a genius move to push the people away just a little bit, just to figure them out, no? Because if you're truly going to be loyal to them, you know, you have to see if they're worthy of that loyalty, no?
I think I'm not really push away like consciously, but that makes sense that that's what I'm doing, and yeah, that's my way to see if they will come or not. Yeah, I think I want consciously I want to get close, but my body is just like not. So that's what happened.
Yeah, when I like people, so I started doing some making to push people away. Not to they come close me, but it's automatically happen from inside. If I like somebody, I'll automatically body and mind start working and trying to keep this person away.
Like some defense mechanism, and if my partner wouldn't have them, I probably wouldn't as well. But yeah, like my last relations, it was maybe the hardest of, wow, so much defense mechanism, so much back and forth. Like, you know, we're just opening our little mahoshim, I don't know this word, I don't know, and coming back. But yeah, in general, I feel like my heart is very open, and I'm quite easily just speaking my truth and my honesty. Yeah.
I've never done that because I think it's my age and experience. I've never done that ever. Yeah. Rather, I just walk away if I don't like something, or if I want to get closer, I always do things that brings me closer to them. I never really wait for other person's reactions. I only concentrate and do things that I feel which is in my control, which is like if I want to be close, I put the effort to be close.
I think I never used to push people away. I used to just let everyone in, and that was also so problematic. And that was that people pleaser in me that just needed to be liked and needed to be of service in order to be worthy. And so always just accommodating for others. And so even when people would take more than I was willing to give, I wouldn't push them away. Until it broke me, like, yeah, a couple years ago. I was really broken. And I was also in a broken, like a pretty awful relationship that was breaking me simultaneously. But then that partner used the breaking in the other parts of my life as a way to turn me away from actual relationships and to then rely upon him and not see how he was also hurting me. And we split up and got back together several times, and maybe that was that push and pull and that pushing him away in order to it felt like it was to protect myself, but maybe it was to see if he could step up and be the person that I wanted him to be. And each time there was like a little, I can do it. And then psych. Yeah, I think I'm learning not to push people away, but to be more selective with the people that I let in now. And that's also a confronting thing because I am a healing people pleaser. So it's confronting to not let everyone in.
every day. Rather, if I'm attracted to some person, and I can see that there might be a possibility, because me and my brain is very much attracted to interesting brains and minds and conversations, and if I see that I'm getting attracted to someone, I try to push myself away, because firstly, I'm scared that I'll know more of them and it'll go away. And secondly, that distance creates the pain of getting her and writing more songs.
And it's a subconscious thing. But at the same time, ever since I started traveling and kind of my walls started to break down and the world opened up, I also like being around people a lot. But even the closest of closest, sometimes I feel like there is some layer that is still there and it's harder for them to break through, or it's harder for me to open the gates. It's with friends, I'm so open from the get-go, and like it looks like my heart is ready to receive you, but there's an inner wall, and those that really come through, and it takes time, and it takes patience, and it does take work, but they eventually, the ones who are meant to stay kind of come through, and it's edgy, like it feels it's vulnerable, but that started to happen. With lovers, I think it's very easy, like, oh yeah, I'm not pushing them away at all, but that's like an even more illusionary facade. More than friends, it's with lovers, but to myself, it looks like I'm more open to them. But yeah, pushing people away more often than I would like to. Yeah, I'm also very bad at staying in touch. Like but it's gotten to like the love doesn't go anywhere, like the equation remains the same. And I'm not on social media because I didn't feel like it's a comfortable space for me, or I mean, I still don't know the answer why. But it's like, where's that going with? Yeah, when I'm with the person in real life, when they're in and around me in my space, my ability to stay in touch with them is genuinely very deep. Even though, coming back to it, what's the word? I'm conflicting myself a lot, but it feels like I do push them away. However, connection's real when they're in person. When there's distance, it takes a lot of, I have to push away a certain level of anxiety to maintain a digital connection. So that's, yeah, strange insight, but it's there, yeah.
And I think, like, I wish and I still pray that, like, I won't really push people away more. like, you know, to just maybe because of my fear and insecurity that, you know, they're gonna hurt me and break my heart, you know. And I cried many nights alone, very much, to not to feel good, not to feel enough. But you know, I'm a really amazing person. I'm really happy person. I help people, I help myself, and I think I'm a good person though. Yeah, I wish we all value people, appreciate them, say thank you, say I love you every day. You know? Yeah, sometimes it's hard. We don't know. We all die soon, guys, one day.
What beauty have you created out of your pain? Songs. And what has it cost you?
I think I'm totally full. Yeah, you're right. I feel even sometimes my dance and my singing, I feel that pain is the engine or the material of a lot of my art. The artist wants, yeah. Makes sense. But not only, I would say that sometimes I feel something beyond the pain, and then I have this question, and I think many artists have, like, because sometimes when you have wound, you feel like, that's what creates my art, and then you feel something after the wound, like beyond the wound, and then it's also I feel I can do art from it, and maybe the both is the artist, like to sometimes like this, sometimes like this.
Beauty I created out of my pain, while facilitating breath work, sound healing. Um, because yeah, taking a deep dive into myself and looking at my own wounds, you know. Yeah, it just catapulted me into this need or this desire to share this medicine with others. So yeah, and I think the ceremonies that we're doing right now is very beautiful. I actually would love to receive. I would love to receive my own medicine.
So beauty is myself. I'm creating myself, and I'm losing a lot of things. My business, my happiness for a long time, and I decided to go in this journey very consciously, and I knew about it. I have to cost a lot through this journey, but what I'm finding inside me is a peace, balanced, and more beautiful than before, I think. Yeah.
I've made an album. It's not about my personal pain so much, but I think it has some pain in the matter of observing the humankind and the humanity's tendency to not be that much of a great species. And yeah, it, it's it was a beautiful process creating it, taking it out. There was one version of it, like the first version I gave on stage was very rock and roll, you know, like wow, like taking it out with more rage, and then it became to a more of a gentle prayer after I met an amazing guitarist, and we worked together and performed together and recorded. So yeah, I think also this prayer state, these both states of like taking it out wildly and then finding a place of taking it out and in a manner of also praying and giving it more softly. Yeah, I guess it's a healing process of acceptance and as well.
Probably I can say the canvas of my pain looks like a very brilliant lesson, I would say, that impermanence, right? Law of impermanence, and things are highly like a river, like a water that's keep flowing, and there's nothing that you can hold or stop or miss. And whatever passes you, be it the cloud, be it the water, let it pass. And while it's in front of you, embrace it, embrace the beauty or the hardship, whatever, and it's gonna nearly pass. I think that's the beauty that pain has taught me, that I'm not holding on to anything. And it cost me my understanding of love. I feel love is something that can't be put in a framework or put in a timeline. And for me, to be able to love someone after going through the pain, I think that's the cost that I'm paying, that I can't love as I used to. I think I can't fall head over heels and stay put there. Yeah.
It costed me a really painful childhood. It costed me a lot of house grief with because I'm sensitive. A lot of bedwetting, like by tears, not bedwetting. And people do stupid things. I cried my bed, you know, these kind of things. But I'm really attracted to beauty. Like that's what the question actually says, asks about. I'm really attracted to beauty, really attracted to beauty because I'm a romantic also and I write songs, you know. Uh,
What beauty have you created out of your pain, and what has it cost you? Awareness. Like, I can say that the awareness has set in. I hesitate a lot to admit to myself, even sometimes, that God's come, or that I'm spiritually in some way connected here, that this land is giving me a lot more faith than I ever set out to. Like, it's, again, I'm not doing anything. It's come to me, and the faith is strong. It's really exciting. It's nervous energy, but it's also a safe space. Like, I feel like my awareness is what I've garnered out of all the pain and all the good things as well. All of it, everything that's happened so far to get me here, I wouldn't change it, because right now I feel like I'm at the precipice of something, and that feels it it feels very renewing. Like, you kind of feel reborn again. Yeah.
yeah, it has costed me a lot of interesting pains, I would say.
I think most recently being kind of cracked open by that last relationship and finally leaving kind of threw me into the arms of poetry. And through that, like, I've always tried to like journal and do all those self-help things, but nothing really resonated in a way that made me want to continue to do it until I found poetry, which allowed me to then be a kid again and be whimsical and not take myself so seriously and start like critiquing myself as I'm writing, because poetry is just, it is what it is, and it doesn't need to be more than that, or it can be. So yeah, I think the pain of that relationship breakdown and the breakdown of who I thought I was, and allowed me to create poetry that helped me to rediscover my worth and grow beyond who I thought I could be. What does it cost me? A lot of tears, a lot of pain. I think it's a price I would happily pay again. I would go through that relationship all over again in order to come out on the other side, knowing what I do now. Yeah. It's been a big journey of self-love.
I think the pain is the important thing, no? Like alchemists who transmute the pain from the happiness and creativity and magic. Like we all are magicians, like, you know, like we are alchemists to change it when we have the power to change it, but don't, we have a choice to change it or not. But yeah, I think the pain created me. this me who's sitting in front of you in this camera and now talking to you, and the pain created me, and I'm stronger, you know, to feel more wiser, to see through things more than like, you know, like I think I love my pain now. Before I didn't love my pain. I was thinking like, why me? Why is me? I'm a good person. Why pain always comes to me? Why I get a heartbreak and why? But no, the pain making me stronger. The challenge is making me stronger, making me learn, making me grow, and I'm ready to get more. Give me. Yeah, yeah. It cost a lot of my time, myself. I isolated myself to be there, to feel the pain deep down, to know, because we just put our every pain into a box and lock it and save it and put it somewhere and forget it. But we should not do that. Like, you know, we should, like, it's scary, I know, but it's open it and feel your sadness, feel your sorrow, feel your pain. Yeah, the shame and the betrayal and the hurt and the thing the humanity did it for you, like, which is not good. And like, and something that I'm not sure I really like to open up, but you know, something which the world need more kindness and compassion. Please, people, like, love each other and try to grow, you know, water each other, like not just the takers, you know, from the world, like just given and taking and givers. Like we want more givers, we want more magicians, healers, and dancers and singers and spirits. And oh my God, we need more people like you, more people like people what they're doing this, like to know like what's going on in the world and what the people wants to see and heard, and like not because of the validation but because of their voice, what they want to speak louder, to change it themselves, not to change, I don't know, like, but it can change the world, but they change themselves. I changed me, I love myself, like, oh my God. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. What if joy lasted longer than your sadness? Could you trust it?
But yeah, I think I read a lot of tarot, and I have always been the fool, which is just naive, blind optimism and just walking off, not really knowing how many mountains they have to climb. And I've seen psychics while I thought I was healing that told me I have a long way to go. And I've been like, really? Have you not seen how much work I've already been doing? But I think there's always going to be more joy than sadness. And I think I love the lens of retrospection because it allows me to see the joy that that sadness is allowed in.
See, this is clear to me how good things come, and whenever good things come, I'm always very cautious because I know that some things we are gonna come. Last year, I earned a lot of money, and I'm still waiting that someday will come that this all money will go. So I'm waiting for that day to come. So I'm cautious.
So yeah, I'll suspect about it if imbalanced in sadness and happiness, because too much happiness when sadness is come, then I start feeling something going very bad or something wrong and start doubting or suspecting. But it was before. Now I'm better than before, so now I'm understanding, yeah, is a part of life, both of things, and we should have to be like make balance. Yeah, I'm still making, I'm not enlightened or something, but still I'm doing to make just balance, not to do anything. Yeah.
Yes, I used to have the suspicion, the like past, in my past, that like, oh my God, I'm really happy, that means something is, you know, fishy, something is going wrong. Maybe I am happy because I didn't believe I deserve to be happy, you know, I deserve to be happy there. But that made me feel like, no, I'm not, like I can't trust it, it's like I'm not. But now I know I deserve this happiness and this sadness too, because it's both are mine, like it's my emotion. This happiness or sadness or frustration, everything is fucking my emotion, and I trust it and I love it and I respect it.
It's quite funny actually, because I was saying this recently to a friend of mine. We have this other friend, and I was like, there's something wrong with this person, because I'm like, show me the shadow, show me the edginess, the rawness, because I'm like, I don't trust this person, because nobody's that joyful, or nobody's that yeah. For me, that feels fake when somebody comes to you and it's just like sunshine and lollipops. No, but where's the grit? No. I need to feel the grit to make the connection. No, it's like, but then maybe that's just good karma. Maybe this person had a beautiful, joyful life, and that's just who they are, and I also have to accept that. No, so yeah, learning experience. But no, sorry. Does that answer the question? What if joy lasted longer than your sadness? Yeah, if joy lasted longer than the grit.
And yeah, obviously there's like that balance of like needing the sadness in order to appreciate the joy. Yeah, so joy will always last longer than sadness, and I wholeheartedly believe that. I'll die on that hill.
Okay. So when it comes to joy and sadness, I always felt it's like a graph, right? You go up, come down, go up. So a very important aspect of life that I feel is you're born, you're to die. Anything that rises has to fall. Anything that falls has to rise. So it is a very continuous process. I think nobody can stay in the joyous state forever or sadness forever, and it's all our choice. I have used this that my grandfather taught me that your life, your day is a gift unto the creator. For example, I created a painting. I want the painting to be there and being loved. So if someone has created you, and what are you, show the creator what you are. So if I'm gonna like choose to be sad about things that it's not in my control, I think I never do that. And so it's always in our hands to always find joy every fleeting moment. And sadness can stay. I think it will teach what it has to teach, but everything has its balance. And yeah, I think there can be a mixture of joy and sadness, so that it doesn't have to long last. Yeah. Also, I don't know if there are people who are like sad for a long time. I think it's their choice to stay sad. Yeah. So I think happiness is like every moment's choice, and you just choose happiness. Have a happy tent around you in the corner of your room, whenever you feel like, oh, enough of sadness, let me just go and catch a fresh breath of air or happiness. I think that's what I would probably suggest and do.
It's hard for me to think that I've lost something from creating something, because when you create, it's really hard for me to think of something you lose. You really put your energy in the opposite of losing. And so, yeah, I would never say I've lost a year of my life recording the album. No, it was one of the greatest years in my life. So, yeah. And what more have I created from the pain? I think some deeper conversations sometimes, some very heartful moments that the pain can create from being in a state that is more vulnerable, and then you receive some kind of a trust and bond with whom you share this pain. So yeah, this is also something that I feel like is created sometimes by pain.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Sometimes we want more joy. Little more, little more.
But I enjoy joy till the last second.
Yeah, I don't know. To be fair, I've had years that have been super joyful, and I've had years that have been super miserable, though. So I think these things swing in roundabouts, and yeah, I'm all up for the joy, like joyful, joyful. Okay.
It was sometimes in my life that I felt a lot of joy, and I kind of got addicted to it. I felt like, so that's who I am, and I forgot sadness exists, and And I was attached to this, I feel, in a sense. Even maybe don't understand people that are sad because they don't get me like live or something. I think I had these times. And yeah, now when it happens, I try to make it less, but you can't never trust it like fully because it will go. But it's fun. I want more times like this. It's fun.
It's in my nature to be sometimes be a little too optimistic. So I feel like if that was the case, I could see myself trusting it a lot. Optimism has been a recurring theme, irrespective of what I've been going through. Like, yeah, there have been pits and like ups and downs, but the optimism is always there. Like, it's, if I want to look at it, it's always there. So I always see it, if not directly, in the periphery of my eye. So I would say I would be able to trust it. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
What would it mean to be loved? Not for your depth, but for your light. Letting go of the tragic mystique.
To be loved internally, you know, like I'm not sure that like to be loved by another person, like to loved by myself, like to be, yeah, by the own depth of myself, you know, to knowing who I am and where I am and how I am, and to accept myself, even the darkness and even the devil and the angel, accepting the both and loving myself. Yeah. Yeah, I used to hide my light for a long time because I thought it's going to scare people away, you know?
I think to be loved is celebration, celebration with another soul. I think that is being loved. You know, someone pointing you the, you know, probably the spark that you are, or, you know, the greatness that you are by just being simply you. And in the simplest things of life, if someone can find that and appreciate that and rejoice in it, I think if you can celebrate with another person, if I'm able to be in the space of celebration, I think that's being loved for me, for my light that I am and everybody are. With that, should I with that I answered all the questions, and should I read the first question again?
I mean, my association with love always makes me think of freedom. I feel like the idea of being loved and loving people has a lot to teach me. Like, it's one of those paths that is like, it's not easy. It's not an easy path. What would it feel like? Actually, I'm blanking out a little on this one. I guess it would feel free. It would feel empowering. I mean, I assume that's what those feelings are, but right now I feel kind of not being able to tap into that energy. So, I would start with, like, if I see my light for what it is, then maybe the answer would come in easier. That's my understanding of it. Yeah.
Yeah, to be really loved in this time of the world, it is it kind of brings in a negative question for sure, that like, firstly, if it's really true love, then like, am I really like a right recipient of it? Am I deserving it? Or like, or like, it's doesn't feel true. Like, it's not possible to have to be only loved and not have any problems at all, because this tension will bring the love more out. So yes, to be loved is, of course, so like, love, like, you know, like someone's loving you. How can you not receive it? Because love is sent from God, like food. If you take food and eat it and throw it, you're not respecting the food. Similarly, love is coming, receive it. It's coming from a divine place. Receive it, take it. It's my policy, you can say. Receive it as long as it stays. Great. I know it's gonna go away. So it's good when it's go away, because if it goes away, it has the opportunity or the probability to come back also. So in that also there is love. So of course tragic situations and are also being loved, but the last thing which you said, letting go of the tragic mystique, I would love to experience the full love. I have never found it yet. Like, yes, I have been loved, but I was not loving that person. Like, and I want something like that, which I love also, and the other person also, that full love and that mystique, the depth of it. I want to experience the full depth of it. Like, yeah, that's where I would love to be loved all the time. Thank you very much.
That's so interesting because I get this feedback a lot, that like my light. And I think like I love it, but the first thing is like, okay, that's simple. Like everybody have light. I see everybody light, but what about my depth? So I kind of like doubt this. But in the same time love this because I'm in a process of love being a simple person and like not a simple, but like just a light person. Like sometimes it's enough, but I know these thoughts that like, what about my depth? So both, I guess.
I mean, does it come on the expense of another? Like, either I'm seen for my light or for my depth? Because I think part of my light is my depth. And some girl once said to me, I told her, my songs sometimes they carry some, like I have some song about the evil powers trying to take over the world. It's a dark song. And she said, yes, but when you make it and you sing it and make poetry out of it, you make this darkness light. And so I really feel like I cannot be seen only for my light. It's not even a possibility. So I do believe that letting go of the traumas is something that is very good. I don't want to dive and be inside a loop of my bad experiences in life. And I don't think it's my tendency as well. Yeah. But I am able to approach it and to share it, and it's part of everything.
Well, that just goes back to what I was saying earlier about that lover, no? And it was like, I feel like the toxic relationship that I was in really was like just a mirror of my own psyche, actually, which is interesting because he's pain and where's my pain, no? It's like, so then I was like, oh, it's too much. Hmm. But yeah, so I'm working on that, I would say, because ultimately I have to love myself before I feel anyone else is really going to love me for everything, for all of this.
I don't know what it would mean to be loved for my light, because I feel like most of the connections I make are so deep. I don't I don't think I enjoy connection unless it is really deep and vulnerable. And I think I've been talking to the girls about this a bit recently, but like I find comfort in the vulnerability of depth, and I'm uncomfortable when it's not deep because I don't trust that. And so lightness in terms of lightness, like
without having to go deep.
That scares me.
So you don't trust him.
Yeah, I think how could someone fully know and see me without the context of the depth? And how could they love all of me? Or how could I love all of them? Like it would feel superficial, maybe. I think I need deep connection. Maybe I don't. Maybe I tell myself I do. I'm not sure. Still seeking a love that shows me what love is. Because I've thought I've found it before, and it's definitely not been love. So I'm learning that one, and I'm interested to know if it does need that depth, or if like poetry love can just be love.
Yay.
Thank you.
Wow, that was fantastic.